consideration. We're talking about Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, who joins us right now from the D.C. area. Congresswoman, good morning.
Good morning, Steve. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I cannot possibly understand why the Democrat-controlled House would not want to vote on your bill.
Yeah, it just seems common sense, Steve. I mean, it comes down to holding the Biden administration accountable. You heard Vice President Harris laugh when she was asked about this.
Yep.
This is not a laughing matter. This is a safety and security issue for Iowa families and for American families. And so we're simply looking to hold the administration accountable until they actually come up with a plan to fix the crisis at the border, which is a direct result of their policies. So my See the Crisis Act, which was blocked last night on the floor, would do exactly that. It would make sure that she can't use taxpayer dollars to fly in Air Force Two internationally until she actually goes and visits with the men and women at the border who are putting their lives on the line every day to keep this country safe.
Don't you think, if the White House were smart, now that they had such a terrible week last week, it would be smart to actually have her go to the southern border just so people would stop asking the question? Because it's not just, Fox News asking the question now. Now it's everybody. Lester Holt asked the question.
Yep. I've been to the border. My constituents are asking when she's going to go to the border. And when you see fentanyl seizures up 233%, we're on track to have record border crossings this year, over 180,000 in May alone. People on the terrorist watch list, the gangs, the traffickers. Business for the cartels is really good under this administration right now. So I think it is in her best interest. And it's most importantly, it's in our country's best interest for the vice president to go to the border. So again, we last night tried to bring this to the floor to hold the administration accountable.
Right.
I can say I've done that, but the Democrats in Congress can't say the same, that they're protecting their constituents in this way.
Well, it does appear the Democrats are trying to change the subject. Let's talk about Joe Biden. He's in Europe instead. Real quickly, you mentioned you have been to our southern border, unlike our vice president. She was there when she was a senator. But you have been there, and you actually spoke to democratically elected Democrats who are sheriffs in those areas there. And what were their concerns about this flood of people coming into our country?
Yeah. Well, we talked to both Democrat and Republican sheriffs, mayors. This is not a partisan issue. If you go down to the border and hear from them directly, you'll hear they are crying out for help right now because they're trying to keep their communities safe and their resources are stretched thin. Again, these are record numbers of smugglers, the traffickers, and the gangs. So I think when I had that chance to talk with them, I think that's what the vice president needs to hear. We need solutions at the border so we can work on keeping this country safe and secure. When you're hearing that people on the terrorist watch list got across and were caught, and that's just the ones that were caught, that's definitely concerning to Iowa families. Again, they're having those conversations at their kitchen table every day, and it's clear it's not resonating with Vice President Harris. So 83 days, it's time for her to go visit the border.
All right. Congresswoman Ashley Hinson of Iowa, who's trying to limit the vice president's frequent flyer miles until she takes a look at our southern border. Congresswoman, thank you.
Thanks, Steve.